Yes, it's me again. Mama's back. She's back. And I have been having such a wonderful time. I really have in this wonderful country of Rwanda. And I just feel so happy and elated to have been interviewed by Michelle. Yes, that Michelle of the Unapologetic Normans. I met up with Michelle, my two adoptive godsons, met up with Michelle at the Guava Cafe. We, she gave me a call. She says, "Would you be available in the morning?" I said, "Well, sure." So I went and I called my godsons. I said, "You want a nice surprise?" They said, "Sure." So one I took to the Guava Cafe once before, and so he jumped to it. "Yeah, Mom, I want to go." So I said, "Okay, we're gonna meet together." So we got there to the Guava Cafe. We had such a wonderful time. Ordered our food, sat there and ate. And Michelle got a little tied up. She wasn't able to get there right away, but she came just in time. We was finished eating, so I'm glad she came a little bit late because I wasn't gonna stop eating to talk to Michelle. That food was so good; it was unbelievable. Maybe I was just really hungry, but you know what? I kind of suspected it was the food. But anyway, we had such a nice interview, and I was so honored that she even wanted to come and interview me because she was so busy. Her schedule was real tight and everything. I was just so glad and so honored to have her. And then my godsons, oh, let me correct myself. I introduced them as a godson or adopted grandson. And Shima, he was like, "Mom, why you tell people I'm your adopted son? I'm your son." I said, "Okay, Shima, I'm sorry." I had to apologize to him. He's such a sweetie. When I got here, I came here alone. I flew here alone. I knew no one. I stayed with this one person. I was supposed to stay with one person for 1 month. And I ended up staying, 8 days? And after the fourth or fifth day, I decided to go look for a house. And I had no idea I was going to actually find one. I mean, I went to look to find one. Had no idea I was going to find one that quick. But yeah, this is the house I'm in, and I'm just loving my house. Loving my house. But it's something I wanted to talk about that's been on my mind since I had the interview with Michelle. I had quite a few people to call me and say, "Oh, I saw your interview was so wonderful. Oh, Mom, I think you did such a good job." And I was like, "You really think so?" Because I thought I looked a little bit fat. I thought I looked a little bit fat on there. And then I was sitting there eating that good food in a Guava Cafe. What makes matters no better for Mama? What you gonna do, you know? But I couldn't help it. The food was so good. But anyway, this young lady in her, I guess, middle, late 30s, she said to me, she said, "Mom," she said, "I saw your interview. It was so wonderful." And she says, "You have a nice looking," she said, "adopted son." I'm sorry, Mashima. I'm saying what I said, okay? And she says, "He's such a handsome young man." She says, "Are there good men there?" And you know what? This young lady I've known for a while. Well, I know her mom. I'm a very good close friend of her mom's. You know, I've known her family for a while. And I know her too, pretty much okay, you know. So I said, I'm not going to call her name. I said, yeah, they're good men here. I said, "Let me tell you something, baby. Let Mama tell you something. You've been knowing me for a long time. You knew me before you even had your children. She has two boys that she's raised. And she was with a man at one point for a while. It didn't last. They ended up getting separated and then divorced. And I said, let Mama tell you something. I have 3 sons, but she knows, this particular person knows all 3 of my sons. One is deceased. My youngest he's deceased. My oldest son packed up and moved to Hawaii. Said he was never coming back. And guess what? He never came back. Seriously. So my middle son, he was the closest to me out of all of them. And I think the other 2, like children, always think that he was my favorite. I was doted over him. That wasn't true. And for as long as they were growing up, they he thought that. The other two children thought that, but it wasn't true. It only takes you to grow up and have children and learn about your children. Then you find out that wasn't true. But when children, you can't convince them that mom don't have a favorite or mom loves them more. You can't convince children of that. You just can't. So I said to her, you have two boys. So I told her about this one story that happened with me and my middle son. He had girlfriends. He didn't have a lot. He had several. But most of his girlfriend was friends from grade school, high school, college he kept up with, and so on and so forth. But I do recall two different females coming to me and saying to me, I had to meet this woman. I just had to meet you. I said, okay. I had to meet the woman that raised this man. Now, mind you, both these women said this. One said it when I was living in California. My ex was in the military. We lived in California. And I thought, oh, okay, thanks, baby, thank you. And when I moved back to Atlanta, Georgia, I had another young lady say almost so closely the same identical thing to me. I was like, well, okay, thanks. That's myself. But this young lady, I wanted to say something to her that would really resonate in her mind, that was really true. I asked her this question. I said, you say you want a good man. Where do you think you're going to find this good man? You've been looking for a while. You say you've been looking, you can't find one. Where have you been looking to find this good man? So I said to her, you have two sons. You want to make sure you find a man that's going to be, or can possibly be a good father to your two sons. I said, tell me something. What do you think this mother or woman would look like that raised this good man that you're looking for? That will be caring for you, take care of you, be loving, love your boys, love you, be doting, making you feel like you're the queen that you are. What do you think this woman would look like who carried this woman in her womb? What special woman would raise a son like this and know what to tell this boy that turns into a man? How not to be too doting, how not to spoil this young man, how to make him grow into a character and build character of a man. What woman, just think now, what would she look like? Who would she favor? What would she favor? Answer me this. Just think, just think, just think. And please don't say Jesus won't send a man to you. I'm not trying to make fun of nothing like that. Please, we're logical here. We're logical, mathematical here. You know, we know 2 + 2 is 4. We know 3 don't go into 1. Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But I said, just think for a bit. Not saying you're going to find them, because it's not impossible for a man to go out here and grow up in a rough world and then squeeze through this rough world and learn lessons that he grow into and help him to evolve and grow up out of self and become a young man. It's not impossible for that to happen. Not impossible. Not too likely, but not impossible. So I said to her, so what I want you to do, I'm not going to call her name. You got those 2 wonderful boys there, 2 wonderful babies. I want you, as you're raising these boys, to raise these boys with the thought in mind. I'm raising these 2 boys to become good men, the men that I was looking for as an idea of a good man for some other beautiful young goddess. And while you're raising them, try not to be too doting. Try not to spoil them. Try and give them lessons that's going to build character within them to become that good man that you were looking for. You be the one to break the chain. You break that chain and be one of the ones to start producing good men that a woman would love to have. The good man that you're looking for, that you think you can't find, you might still find that good man. But you be that mother. You look like the mother I said when I asked you, what do you think she would look like? You become that woman that looked like the woman you think should have raised that good man that you're looking for. That's all I know to tell you, baby. That's the goddess of heaven, true. Now, I had 3 sons. They didn't all think I was so great. I'm going to be truthful. Like any sons, they were jealous of one another. They thought that I loved or I liked one better than the other, and I could not convince them of that. I gave them all basically the same I could, because only a mother could have a bunch of children, and she would know what ingredient each child knows. She knows how to balance each child to each personality. Trust me, mother knows exactly what each child needs, how much a child needs, and how much to give one child, how much not. A mother knows how to weigh that. Only a woman knows how to weigh the character of each one of her children. I'm telling the truth. Only we know. But make sure you be good. And as you do what you need to do for those children and raise them, if you ever have a question, you go ask someone who knows, like grandma. Oh, she knows. Auntie, great auntie. Oh, she knows. Consult them, and I promise you. Or a friend, an older friend in the family, someone like me. And I will give you the best that I can in helping you to help give these children the correct answers, to strengthen them and to build character. I promise you that. Well, I got that off my chest because that really, I wasn't really thinking about that. And that is, the answer I gave was the best answer I knew how to give from my heart. These are the kind of conversations Mama's talking about she wants to have on her channel concerning the woman. My concern is about the woman, the womb. Mama not about colors now. She don't play with crayons. We don't go into all that. I'm about the womb, regardless of who it may be on this planet. Any woman, any female on this planet, as I said before, she can be on Mars, I don't care, Venus, wherever not. If she has a womb and has intelligence and some type of intellect, these kind of conversations Mama want to do here on her channel. She wants you to come back and see her. Come back and see me and visit me. I promise you, I won't bore you. We're going to have some interesting conversations. We really will. And it's the goddess of heaven, truth. Peace.